Today's my topic is picornaviruses. Classification. Picornaviruses belongs to the family Picornaviridae. Two major groups of human pathogen includes it, enteroviruses and rhinoviruses. In the enteroviruses are transmitted by the fecal-oral route and they multiply in the intestine, do not cause any intestinal manifestations. They are associated with various systemic manifestations that includes poliomyelitis. Enteroviruses comprises of 96 human serotypes, in which polioviruses has 3 serotypes, Coxsackie viruses, in that Coxsackie A and B, Coxsackie A 1 to 24 serotypes, and Coxsackie B, which is 1 to 6 serotypes. Ecovirus, which is 1 to 33 serotypes. Para-ecovirus, 1 to 3 serotypes. Enteroviruses, 68 to 72 serotypes. In that, serotype 72 is reclassified as hepatitis A virus. And 34 newly identified enteroviruses. In rhinoviruses, they are transmitted by respiratory route and that causes common cold. Morphology. So they are simple in structure, very small, 28 to 30 nanometer in size, non-enveloped, spherical shaped and have icosahedral symmetry. Capsid is composed of 60 subunits and each consisting of 4 viral proteins, which is VP1 to VP4, except para-ecoviruses have 3 proteins. They possess single-stranded positive sense linear RNA. Resistance. Enteroviruses are stable at acidic pH, whereas rhinoviruses are acid labile. Heat labile, all enteroviruses and some rhinoviruses are inactivated by heating at 55 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, which is prevented by magnesium chloride. Enterovirus group. So here the polioviruses. Antigenic types. There are 3 antigenic types of polioviruses. Immunity is that antibody response is type specific. So type 1, most common serotype to cause epidemics, only serotype that is endemic currently in the world. Type 2, most antigenic serotype, that is easiest serotype to be eradicated. No natural case of the poliomyelitis caused by serotype 2 has been reported since 1999. Most common serotype found among the vaccine-derived polioviruses. Type 3, no natural case caused by the serotype 3 has been reported since 2013. Most common serotype causes vaccine-associated paralytic poliomyelitis. Poliovirus has 2 antigens, C and D. So D antigen, which is dense, that is associated with the whole virion and is type specific. Anti-D antibodies are protective and potency of the injectable polio vaccine can be measured in the term of D antigen units. Second is C antigen, which is capsid. So associated with the non-infectious virus, it is less specific and anti-C antibody does not neutralize the virus infectivity. Pathogenesis. Transmission. So fecal-oral route, which is most common, or rarely by respiratory droplets, via inhalation or conjunctival contact. Multiply they locally, so intestinal epithelial cells, submucosal lymphoid tissues of tonsils and Peyer's patches. Viral entry into the host cell is mediated by the binding to CD155 receptor that is present on the host cell surfaces. Spread to CNS or the spinal cord. So hematogenous route is most common. Virus spreads to the regional lymph nodes, spills to bloodstream, primary, that causes the primary viremia. Multiplication in the reticuloendothelial cell system enters the bloodstream, again causing the secondary viremia, and that carried to the spinal cord and brain. In neural spread, that is following tonsillectomy, where the virus may spread via the glossopharyngeal nerve that is present in the tonsillar fossa. Site of action, Motor nerve endings is that anterior horn cells of the spinal cord that leads to muscle weakness and flaccid paralysis. Neuron degeneration. So earliest change in the neuron is the degeneration of Nissal's body, that is aggregated ribosomes normally found in the cytoplasm of the neurons. Pathological changes are always more extensive than the distribution of paralysis. Clinical manifestation. Incubation period is 7 to 14 days. Manifestations may range from asymptomatic stage to the most severe paralytic stage. Inapparent infection, so asymptomatic cases 91 to 96%. Abortive infection, so minor illness manifested by fever, malaise, sore throat, anorexia, myalgia and headache that consist of 5%. And non-paralytic poliomyelitis, which causes aseptic meningitis, are 1% cases. Paralytic poliomyelitis, least common form, which is less than 1%, that is characterized by descending asymmetric acute flaccid paralysis. Proximal muscles affected earlier than the distal muscles. So paralysis starts at hip that proceeds towards extremity that leads to the characteristic tripod sign in which child sit with the flexed hip, both arms are extended towards the back for the support. Site of involvement can be spinal, bulbospinal and bulbar. Biphasic course, so in children aseptic meningitis occur first, then occurs the recovery, and after that return of the fever with paralytic feature in 1 to 2 days later. Cranial nerve involvement seen, but there is no sensory loss. Here are the pictures showing you the deformities seen in the poliomyelitis. Risk factor. So older children and adults, pregnant women, heavy muscular exercise, persons undergoing trauma at the time of CNS symptoms, tonsillectomy predisposed to bulbar poliomyelitis. IM injections increase the risk of paralysis in the involved limb. Post-polio muscle atrophy syndrome. A recrudescence of paralysis and muscle wasting happens. It is observed in individuals which occur decades in 20 to 40 years after the episodes of paralytic poliomyelitis. Laboratory diagnosis of virus isolation. In specimen, poliovirus may be recovered from throat swab up to 1 week of illness, rectal swab or stool sample up to 6 to 8 weeks, long-term excretion in immunodeficient persons, and recovery from CSF or blood is very rare. Transportation, so specimen should be kept frozen during the transport to the laboratory. Cell line, primary monkey kidney cells, so virus growth can be identified by various methods. First is the cytopathogenic effects, which happens in 3 to 6 days. So crenation and degeneration of entire cell sheet happens. Antigen detection, so neutralization with specific anti-serum or immunofluorescence. And PCR assay is available targeting BP1 region of the poliovirus. Laboratory diagnosis includes antibody detection. So rising antibody titer in paired sera collected 1 to 2 weeks interval is recommended. Both neutralizing antibodies that use in neutralization test and complement fixing antibodies in complement fixation test can be detected. Only first infection with poliovirus produces strictly type-specific response. Subsequent infection induces antibodies against group-specific antigen, which is common to all the 3 serotypes. Molecular methods. So real-time multiplex reverse transcriptase PCR has been developed using primers from BP1 region. Detect and differentiate between various types of wild and vaccine poliovirus and directly from the stool specimen. Coming to the vaccine, both inactivated and live polio vaccines are available. So injectable vaccine is known as the Salk and oral is Sabin. Here are the preparation. One is the formalin-killed preparation from the monkey kidney cell lines. And dose. So for the injectable vaccine, 4 doses. First 3 doses at 1 to 2 months gap and 4th booster dose after 6 to 12 months gap. while in oral total 5 doses, so 0 dose at the birth time, first, second and third dose at 6, 10 and 14 weeks of age, and booster at the 16 to 24 months. Safety, so injectable vaccine is relatively safer than OPV. In oral, safe except in immunocompromised patient, pregnancy and old age. Efficacy, so 80 to 90% by full course of injectable polio vaccine. Immune response is slower than OPV as such. While in Sabin or oral vaccine, 90 to 100% efficacy is achieved even by 1 or 2 doses of OPV. Efficacy decreased by interference by other enteroviruses, diarrheal disease and breastfeeding. Economy, so relatively expensive while oral is economical. Duration of protection, so injectable is short, it needs booster dose periodically, while the oral one is long lasting. In epidemics, can precipitate paralysis, while oral can be used safely. Herd immunity is not provided by the injectable, while in oral, provided due to fecal-oral spread of the vaccine virus. Local immunity, weakly stimulated, while strongly stimulated due to IgA antibody. Injectable only prevent paralysis, while the oral one, paralysis and intestinal reinfection both are prevented. Storage condition, relatively stable, doesn't require stringent condition, but for the oral should be stored at -20 degrees Celsius, stabilized in magnesium chloride and pH has to be less than 7. VAPP and VDPV, that is 0 chance, while Sabin relatively more chance, that is vaccine associated paralytic poliomyelitis and vaccine deprived poliovirus. So vaccine associated paralytic poliomyelitis, that denotes all the cases of paralytic poliomyelitis that occurs following OPV administration. So VAPP strains are OPV like isolates, which shows limited genetic divergence from their parental OPV strain. Ubiquitous in places where OPV is used extensively, can occur among OPV recipient as well as to their close contact due to fecal-oral spread. Not capable of circulating in the community, do not cause outbreaks. So spread of OPV related virus is largely limited by high population immunity. VAPP rates occurs approximately at a rate of 1 case per 2.5 million doses of OPV. Following the first dose of OPV, then the subsequent doses, and among people with primary immunodeficiency disorders. Most common serotype associated with VAPP, that is Sabin type 3 followed by Sabin type 2. Coming to the vaccine-derived polioviruses, VDPVs, so that exhibits a higher level of genetic divergence from their parental OPV strains at VP1 sequence that helps in their prolonged replication and transmission. The genetic divergence of VDPVs from the parental OPV strain is about more than 1% in Sabin type 1 and 3, while more than 0.6% in Sabin type 2. Isolates showing the genetic divergence lower than this cutoff are considered as OPV-like isolates. So VDPV isolates are indistinguishable from wild polioviruses both clinically and phenotypically. And most VDPV isolates belongs to Sabin type 2, that is followed by type 1. This is because wild type 2 strains are already eradicated and not circulating in the community since 1999. In vaccine-derived polioviruses, there are categories. So first is the CVDPVs, that is circulating VDPVs. So these are capable of person-to-person transmission in the community and can cause outbreaks in the areas with low OPV coverage. Pose the same threat to the community as that of the wild poliovirus. And most circulating VDPVs isolates have vaccine or non-vaccine recombinant genomes. So since 2000, these circulating VDPV outbreaks have occurred in 18 countries, with majority of reported cases are associated with type 2. In 2013, over 700 strains of VDPVs have been isolated worldwide, including India, and Nigeria was worst affected, accounting for the half of those strains. Second is IVDPVs, that is immunodeficiency associated VDPVs. So they are isolated from the persons with primary immunodeficiency disorders. They do not develop disease but excrete the immunodeficiency associated VDPVs for many years. So contact infected with IVDPV strains are at higher risk of developing paralytic poliomyelitis. They exhibit greater genetic diversity than CVDPVs, and extent of sequence divergence is proportional to the duration of the infection. Unlike CVDPVs, infection due to IVDPVs cannot be prevented by high OPV coverage. So IVDPV strains show heterogeneity within a serotype, leading to the mixed virus population. And the last is AVDPVs, that is ambiguous VDPVs. They are heterogeneous, and CVDPVs for which only one case isolated had yet been detected, or may sewage isolated obtained from the developed countries with the unknown source. Coming to the epidemiology, so reservoir, man is the only known reservoir. Clinical and subclinical ratio infection, for every clinical cases there may be 1,000 children and 75 adults of subclinical cases. There are no chronic carriers except in immunodeficiency individuals. Source is stool and oropharyngeal secretions. Age is younger children and infants are more susceptible than adults. Period of communicability, so shed in the feces from 7 to 10 days before the onset of symptoms, up to 2 to 3 weeks thereafter, sometimes as long as 3 to 4 months. Coming to the polio eradication, so poliomyelitis is now at an verge of eradication almost, attributed to the extensive immunization program being conducted globally, which is pulse polio immunization. That was initiated globally to eradicate poliomyelitis. In India, it was operation since 1995 to 96. 2 rounds of pulse polio at 6 weeks apart are scheduled every year during the winter season, where all children under the age of 5 years are vaccinated with OPV irrespective of their OPV vaccination status. Pulse polio immunization doses of OPV are considered as extra doses, and they do not replace the OPV doses that is coming under the national immunization schedule. And there is AFP surveillance, that is acute flaccid paralysis surveillance. Here are the classification of countries based on their polio transmission status as of July 2019. So outbreak countries, so stopped indigenous wild polio virus but are experiencing reinfection either by importation of wild or VDPV forms from the other countries and emergence and circulation of VDPVs. Then key at the risk countries and polio free countries. So India and rest of the 194 countries are almost polio free countries. Endgame strategic plan. So GPI had initiated an endgame strategic plan for polio eradication which has 4 objectives. Interruption of polio virus transmission, strengthening immunization system by stepwise withdrawal of OPV along with switching over to IPV, implementing contaminant of polio virus and to clarify the world as polio free. Legacy planning, the infrastructure, fund, manpower, knowledge and experience that have been created through the global polio program will be utilized to support other health programs following post-polio eradication. The eradication may not be achieved timely but is expected and it is almost done. Second comes is the Coxsackie virus. Coxsackie virus, names after the place of discovery of Coxsackie village in the USA, that divided into 2 groups A and B based on their pathogenic potential for suckling mice. So serotypes in Coxsackie, A group type into 1 to 24, where in that there is no type 23, and group B are typed in 1 to 6. So here there are 2 things. In group A there is a flaccid paralysis and generalized myositis, while group B has a spastic paralysis in mice and focal myositis and necrosis of brown fat. Manifestations, so in Coxsackie A, aseptic meningitis, hyperangina, which is vesiculopharyngitis, hand, foot and mouth disease, acute hemorrhagic conjunctivitis caused by Coxsackie A24 and enterovirus 70. In Coxsackie B, more organ involvement, aseptic meningitis, pleurodysnia, myocarditis, pericarditis, hepatitis, pancreatitis leading to juvenile diabetes mellitus, pneumonia and generalized disease of infants happens. Coming to the laboratory diagnosis, so throat swab and stool and CSF is to be collected. For isolation of the virus, Coxsackie virus can be recovered by intracerebral inoculation to the suckling mice. As we have already discussed, Coxsackie A produces passive paralysis, while Coxsackie B produces spastic paralysis. Inoculating into the tissue culture, so cytopathic effects can be observed within 5 to 14 days. PCR targeting specific gene, which is VP1, is highly useful as it is rapid, more sensitive and serotype specific. Serology is performed to detect the neutralizing antibodies. Coming to the other enteroviruses, so enterovirus 68 that causes pneumonia, enterovirus 70 that causes acute hemorrhagic conjunctivitis, enterovirus 71 that causes aseptic meningitis, encephalitis, hand, foot and mouth disease, hyperangina, pulmonary edema and paralysis resembling to poliomyelitis. Enterovirus 72 is reclassified as hepatitis A virus. Ecoviruses, so ecoviruses, that is enteric cytopathogenic human orphan viruses, infect the human intestine and they can be isolated in certain tissue cultures. They can cause outbreaks in summer, especially among children. Rhinoviruses, so rhinoviruses are the most common cause of common cold. Human rhinoviruses comprises of 3 species A, B and C and more than 150 antigen types. In the rhinoviruses, symptoms like a common cold, rhinoviral symptoms are similar to that of any other virus causing common cold. Adenoviruses, enteroviruses, parainfluenza viruses and influenza viruses. Thank you.